Welcome Angela Johnson, who's the VP of Marketing at Krystal.
I will adapt and pivot very, very quickly. And I'm good at developing that skill set, I think, in my team members as well. I actually started out on the agency side. My first client was actually a Mrs. Winters and Chicken Biscuits, which is similar to like a Bojangles if you're not familiar. That's kind of where I cut my teeth in terms of understanding the restaurant industry and really kind of honestly falling in love with it. I had an opportunity to work on the Arby's business, and really that was more of a focus of media. And then I've also worked with brands like Church's Chicken. That was more brand positioning strategy, really kind of leading that client from the agency side. And then I've worked with a company called Ovation Brands, and that's more casual dining. We were actually bought by Donor out of Detroit. At that point, I was really looking to do something different. So I went to go work for a smaller agency here in Atlanta and worked on the Uncle Mattio's business. So Uncle Mattio's Pizza. And I got a call from the CMO at Krystal, who actually used to be my Arby's client. I actually told him no. I was like, I'm not interested. I'm happy. I like what I'm doing. He convinced me and really thought, for myself, this would be a great opportunity to learn a different side of the business. So had the agency side of the business. Now I've been on the Krystal side, the client side, for about 6 years. And I came in as the director of marketing, really focusing on working with the agency partners and kind of the creative brand side of things. Then I was promoted to senior director of marketing communications. So that brought in more of the public relations communications aspect of the business. And then most recently, VP of marketing and March, which is very interesting timing. It's been quite the challenge. It's been quite the journey. I've learned a lot along the way, but I love the food industry, and I'm glad I'm here. Constantly adapting. Everything is very competitive. It's about price points and retails and who has the best deal. And you may run a campaign literally for a week and realize it's not working, regardless. It may have taken you 6 months to do it. It's not working. You got to change and pivot quickly. And I think also it's about having the right partners. I think that's key. But the challenges with restaurant is I think you really have to understand your target audience. You got to have the data. Data is crucial in this industry. I think that's crucial in any industry, but specifically in restaurant, you need to know how to get that customer into your restaurant. You need to be tracking it. New ownership, trying to build a new identity, bringing in new team members with new partners. That's a challenge. We're an 88-year-old brand, an iconic brand. We're trying to create a new identity. I need to make sure I have the right people. People are your best resource. And if you don't have the strong team, you don't have the right people, it's going to be tough. Individual success. And what I mean by that, I think it's important for companies to build their culture, and you can have a foundation or a process maybe that this is our leadership process and this is how we're going to develop you and make you better. But honestly, what made a difference for me as a leader and having my mentors is that they said, what is going to make Angela successful? Where does Angela need to focus? What are her strengths? What are her weaknesses? It's going to help not only your team, but move the brand forward. I like to be out in the field, behind the grill, making fries, and I have my team do that as well. Our job is to support the field. If the field isn't successful, the brand isn't successful. Mm-hmm. Also visiting other brands. We like to take field trips to other restaurants. So we're looking at it from not only a product innovation perspective, but we're looking at it from a customer experience perspective. Some of the best brands in the business, it's not just about the product, it's truly about the customer experience. Chick-fil-A is a great example of that. You're going to have a consistent customer experience, and that's what most people remember. The Hangover Krystal. It's available all day, so you can get it any time of the day. Obviously, it's called the Hangover Krystal. We're leaning into that kind of late night day part that is unique to the Krystal brand. But it was kind of a risk for myself and my team. We actually rolled it out right after COVID. It was so successful that we brought it back, getting a lot of great engagement, and people want it to be a permanent menu item. As a marketer, you need to be listening to your customers, right? And fries was a core product of ours that wasn't getting great reviews. We went through the whole test process. What it told us is that we needed to have a seasoned fries, put some great creative behind it. We rolled it out. it did not do well. You can go through the process, you can do your homework, right? You want to make an informed decision based upon data, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your customer it's going to resonate with your customers. Take risks. Don't be afraid to maybe do something a little bit different early on in your career. I've been very fortunate. I've had great bosses, great mentors that have really invested in me, but there were some opportunities along the way that I said no to because I think you kind of get comfortable. A mentor that I've learned a lot from was actually my very first boss. Her name is Kathy Hopkins. And so she runs branding actually for Marlowe's Tavern. She's put me in contact with other marketing experts where we've had coffee and talked about our challenges that we're having. It's really important, I think, as leaders that we're trying to get outside of the office, we're having these relationships because that's really where you're learning.